I did a whole video back when my channel was small, our channel. I did a whole video talking about talking about free speech and asked quite a number of students, like, okay, what do you think of free speech? Is it important? And everyone agreed with me that free speech was important. But then when I asked them if hate speech and misinformation should be included with free speech, they're like, well, no, hate speech is not free speech. There's certain things you can't say. And then the question that I asked them was, okay, what should we do about hate speech then? Should it be criminalized? And some said yes. Some said, okay, that's like borderline. Maybe we should talk about it. But everyone agreed that, it's a normal thing. You shouldn't do like hateful things. But to
Mm-hmm.
criminalize for someone for it is you're going down a very dark path. And I do see a lot of students who think that hate speech should be criminalized. And one girl, I was talking to her, and she didn't want to be filmed for it. But she did say that she was happy that Bill C9, the hate speech law, was going through. She was happy that hate speech was going to be criminalized. And
Okay.
and I was shocked by it because, well, of course you shouldn't be saying hateful things, but it should be each person's power to prevent themselves from doing hate speech. You shouldn't criminalize someone. And if you are criminalizing hate speech, see, it's not about speech that incites violence. We already have laws against that in Canada. But hate speech is something different. It's something that targets a specific group or individual or gender or like groups like
Mm-hmm.
that. Hate speech. So in targeting that, then you would be criminalized for it. And that's a shocking thing because you're basically dividing up the population and then saying that certain groups are worth more rights. They should deserve more rights than other groups. That's basically what they're saying. And
And it just
yeah,
not to cut you off, but it does go against our Charter for Rights and Freedoms.
hmm
Like we have the freedom of expression in Canada.
we
Now,
do.
I don't know how that if this does pass in Parliament, I don't know how for example, if somehow, for example, I get criminally charged for this, I don't know why. I never said anything hateful to any individual group. But if this ever happens for some reason, I don't know how this would work out in the country because we have the Charter of Rights and then we have this new hate speech thing. And then, but then I'm going to be judged by the same people who placed in the hate speech thing. So obviously they're not going to side with the people being charged with this crime. So it's very much like you're damned regardless of what you do. And to the extent where I personally thought about, this is the first time in my life in the last few years I've thought about moving out of Canada. And that's never came to my life as when I was a teenager. I thought Canada would always be where I want to live. And I came to the conclusion that I don't want to leave Canada because I don't believe individuals should like just leave when things get bad. I don't think that's the solution for anything. And I think that's how countries fall. But do you think there is a limit to where people have to say enough's enough? And do you think we're there yet or we're not there yet?